Hello everyone and welcome back to 3-2 Brew. We are going to be playing our Mono Black version 1.2. This is actually my second match playing against Kuban, but he unfortunately had to scoop the first one due to forgetting to put basics into his deck. Which, some of you might be laughing right now hearing that. I have actually done that multiple times. Or not multiple times, but I did it one time and it was rather embarrassing. So, um, yeah. Okay, they got to scroll back down. So, yeah, I feel for him on that aspect. It's always a bummer to see it happen. Let's hit him with a duress. He was playing some kind of, I think, Parfait build. Abundance and swords. I'm going to snatch the abundance. Abundance is so powerful. I'm going to lay down the skittering scourge. Oh, man. Gosh darn it, they drew a dryad. Ugh. Or an Earth of Druids. That's painful. Well, I gotta cast my stuff out regardless. I don't really have a choice. And they have a plow. I don't know how Negator is in this matchup. I don't really know what they're playing. I don't know if this is full-blown Parfait or what. What do they got going over here? Shard Phoenix. Yeah, so this is full-blown Parfait. I can hit that with a Vendetta. Let me cut all this stuff away. I mean, if they want to trade here, they are more than welcome to trade here in my eyes. Yeah, they can have it. Oops, they don't want it. That's fine. I'm going to hit them with a Cabal Therapy because I can. See if they want to stick a swords on this or not. Yeah, I'll rip the swords plowshares out of their hand. Ooh, I got two of them. Nasty. Absolutely nasty. Hmm. Nah, I'll leave this the Zoran Orb. It's gonna flash back for that, but it's alright. They're gonna keep getting Oath. You know, there's nothing we can do about it. The guy's Blessing's really tough to play against because they're shuffling everything back in, you know. I think I'm just gonna have to keep trying to slam damage. Maybe get him with Factory when I can and such. What do they got here? Each card in your graveyard. Nice. They hit a guy's blessing, so that'll shuffle in as well. Wow. Is that all in their graveyard? Wow. Yeah, I don't have any way to beat that, so I'm just going to concede. That's way too much life. Okay. This is a major issue. Definitely need Weathered Wretched. Right here. Trying to go low to the ground, and I don't think Negator's where I really want to be. I don't hate Withered Wretch and Massacre here. They're not going to have non-black. I'm going to cut an Edict. Nah, actually, I'm going to cut a Smother. They're not going to have much action for Smother, I don't think. So I'm going to rip these out, and I'm going to toss in another Vendetta and another Edict. There it is. And I'm going to bring in these, and I think I'm going to cut one. I'm going to cut a Fiend. I don't hate taking apart their hand, but I also don't love the way Fiend lines up against Oath. But man, that was tough. There's no way I was going to be able to beat that. If we can get some early disruption, you know, and try to pick off their hand and not let them set up. That's the best option I really have. But Parfait, man, I don't have much experience against Parfait. It's a very, very skill-intensive deck. I don't mean that in a bad way at all. Actually, I went no rod in as well. Got another fiend for it. Ooh, got it in time. But yeah, Parfait is a super skill-intensive deck. It was, you know, it turned into like Parfait land tax for the longest time, but I just don't have a ton of experience against it. I know that a ton of highly skilled players play it, so it's just unfortunately something I don't have a ton of time against. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to Dark Ritual, Slayer to rest and see how this goes. I need to hit another land tier, though I do have Sarcomancy in the short term. Gonna go DR. Hit him with a Duress. Sylvan Library, Scroll Rack. I'm gonna take Scroll Rack. Don't know what actually gives you more card advantage over time, but I personally don't want to have to fight against. I'd rather them taking the life loss from Sylvan Library than I would having to fight against that. Very nice pickup there. Well, it looks like a decent curve here. If we can get one more land drop, we can dump our whole hand next turn. Sarcomancy is such a great play alongside of Skittering Scourge. I think I just got recalled, or I really not got recalled, but I got reminded of Skittering Scourge from the most recent Premod cast. They talked about it from the Urza Saga, Urza's block roundup they did. So Skittering Scourge, they talked about being, I forget who said it was one of their favorite cards, but they also talked about the combo it has with Sarcomancy. Nice. I'm just going to put my whole hand in here. That's all today. Because it gives you a 2/2, but it comes down as an enchantment. It's very fantastic for that. I mean, if they got a sweeper here, they got a sweeper. I'm just going to have to bite the bullet on it, you know. Drop a Scourge. Drop a Sarcomancy. I think eventually, also over time, I'm going to build out a Pit Rack deck. I haven't done it in quite some time. I have one built in paper, but I do not have one built on Arena. So, or sorry, on MTGO. So I plan to do that here relatively soon. I haven't gotten to play many paper matches, and the only paper match I ever got to play actually was with a Mono Black Aggro deck. It looked much different than this. It wasn't quite as good as this at all, but it ran Horrors, it ran Slayers. It had more of like Unholy Strength and Bad Moon and stuff like that, so it was a bit more. I didn't understand the format as well. I didn't understand the card base and everything, so yeah, I just didn't quite have as much of a knowledge base at that time, to be frank. But yeah, I really think that Mono Black is a fantastic deck to play with. It's cheap, which I really like about it. So having the flexibility of not having to spend a ton of money, but you still get some pretty solid power out of it is something I really enjoy about it. Nice. I'm going to hold on to that and use that as a rebuild piece. It would make any sense to slam it into this board. The Renewal on the Sarcomancy was pretty interesting as well. We're getting them down to the point where we're going to have to force a Zoran Orb. Sylvan Library is almost non-existent as well. So we'll to see. I guess I could keep one card and Zoran Orb out of it, which is kind of gnarly, and I respect that, but still. Okay, put back 2 cards. Yep, makes sense. There's an Oath. We might just be able to outpace an Oath, honestly, at this point. I mean, they're gonna have to take some damage here for real. They could, if they hit Phoenix off of Oath, then it looks a lot more nasty for me. They're essentially going to be able to negate any damage they need to here. Okay, sack 2 off. Put them back down to 5, right? 2. Oh man, I'm missing my math wrong there. So yeah, I mean, Zeron Orb is another card as well I absolutely love. I play that in my... Hope they don't hit Phoenix here. Honestly, anything they hit is kind of a bad luck for me. Oh, they hit Phoenix. Gosh darn it. Oh, that's alright. I can still keep poking in with Skittering Scourge. And if they kill that, I can just drop another one the next turn. Okay. Factory always shows up on time. Never mad about it. Sharp Phoenix is a cool card. I'm pretty glad it gets play, honestly. I'm a big fan of Phoenixes. Played them in a couple different decks. It's going to absolutely house me right here, though. They probably, I guess they will line the block up. Yeah, it makes sense. Negate some of that damage, keep your lands around. Okay. Is what it is. And I'll pass on that. They're alive at 2 life. I still have a Skittering Scourge. I just don't know how you beat the life gain. Like, I haven't. You would need, like, instant speed. Yeesh. That is an Akroma. Flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, protection from black and red. That is not good for me. Really glad to see this card getting played. I would like to see some kind of Akroma build, personally, with Exalted Angel and Terravor and the green-white Oath deck. I think Oath is an awesome card, but I also just really love Exalted Angel and I love Terravor. So I think that's haste too. I completely misread that. Oh boy. This is a tough one for us. They have 6 life over there. I mean, we gotta play what we gotta play, you know what I'm saying? We have another Skittering Scourge, so we don't gotta worry too much about that. Let's see if we can get anything with this Fiend here. I mean, we could draw a kill spell. I'm gonna take the ET here. If they want to sword something, they're more than welcome to. I guess it's kind of dumb, but regardless, they could just get it back. Fiend or Scourge. Doesn't really matter. I think I'm kind of too far in the hole here, to be frank. I played out 2 creatures there because we're just at a point where we kind of have to race. We're not going to get around to pro black, pro red with this deck. They're about to gain, what, 24 life? Yeah, that's GG's. Nothing we can do about it. One of the best decks in the format. But yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in and hope you enjoyed seeing this practice match for, Mono Black against Parfait. One of the best decks, one of the coolest decks, in all honesty, in the format. So if you enjoyed it, leave a comment, let me know. I love talking to anyone who comments, and likes and stuff help the algorithm. So if you enjoy the